Peace and love, y'all. Today we're going to be talking about how to unbrainwash yourself, reverse that programming that's been instilled in you since you were a child, and just kind of some of the mindset shifts that I had to make and lessons that I had to learn in order for me to get to where I am mentally right now. And so yeah, let's get straight into the first one. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is what thoughts are actually yours and what thoughts have been absorbed from other people or external places. This is the first and foremost step. You need to have self-awareness. A lot of people do not know how to distinguish their thoughts with the thoughts and opinions of other people. And this is why a lot of people tend to have the same collective negative thinking and problems, because subconsciously they absorb that way of thinking from the people around them, or it has been projected onto them and they just adopted it as their own. People are not even thinking their own thoughts. They are thinking about thoughts that they have taken from other people subconsciously. They're not even aware of it. You might not even be aware of it. And this is because of the lack of awareness and the lack of strength in your inner voice, because you haven't practiced using it and you're so used to thinking other people's thoughts subconsciously that your brain doesn't even give yourself room to think other thoughts. It just quickly jumps to other people's thoughts and opinions before your own. The only reason why you have a weak inner voice is because of your need to be liked and accepted by other people has programmed your brain to take other people's thoughts and opinions and adopt it as your own. And if you have a weak sense of self, someone that has a strong sense of self, their thoughts and opinions will overpower your thoughts and opinions, meaning your brain will submit to their thoughts and opinions more than your own thoughts and opinions, because you don't even have that strong inner voice within you that you can truly rely on and trust. Adopting other people's thoughts and opinions can also be based in your ego's need to boost your identity. And you can see this a lot with people in social media. People will have an opinion, but if some group or some person that they like has a different opinion, suddenly their own opinion becomes changed. See, your ego is always looking for things to boost your identity, and it will adopt anything and everything it can to boost its sense of self. Like I said earlier, when it comes to people that you look up to or people that you like, you will automatically have some sort of bias to their opinions and beliefs. Your ego automatically takes their thoughts as something that will elevate your own identity. It can be a lot easier to follow a collective or a person who has very strong thoughts and opinions than it is to build your own and to be so grounded within that other external thoughts and opinions won't be as easily absorbed into your mind. Once you are able to distinguish your thoughts and opinions versus others, that will make it so much easier to prevent any negative thoughts that are unwanted from entering your mind and becoming your thoughts. If you want to separate your ego from your true self, one thing that you can do is to realize that your thoughts and you yourself are two completely different things. You and your mind are two separate things. You are not your thoughts. You are the consciousness behind your thoughts. You are the awareness behind the experience you are experiencing. Number 2, you need to unlearn society's norms. That should not be norms. Remember that all programming started once you started to absorb other people's thoughts when you were a child, meaning all your insecurity, all your lust, all your greed came from external things, meaning it could have came from your family, it could have came from your friends, it could have came from the media, from just other people in general. So I want you to know that a lot of the things in our modern world are made to take advantage of that and to make a profit off of your weakness, or to keep you in a lower frequency, in other words, a lower state of consciousness, to control you, to prevent you from evolving into your higher state of consciousness, into your higher self, into your evolved self. A lot of the things that you deem as normal in society is actually based off of your insecurity, your need for validation, your lust, etc., etc. But since the collective of society are sharing the same brain cell, in other words, sharing the same thinking pattern, we all consider these things normal. But just know, if it wasn't for your insecurities and your need for validation and your lust, there would be a lot less businesses out there that are booming in business, that thrive off of those issues that you have, that is making them more money. And just to name a few things, this could include things such as men's view on women, women's view on women, the corn industry, anything that just births insecurity. All of those things are things that people take advantage of and make a profit off of because they know that you have a weak sense of self, and so you will submit to their influence. And I'm not saying that you're bad for having a weak sense of self. I'm just saying that people will try to take advantage of those weaknesses, and so you need to become aware in order to not be taken advantage of and to evolve. You gotta become aware of any insecurities or fears that you may have, and just know that those insecurities and fears have been projected onto you by somebody else who had the same exact fears or insecurities. Because without any of that being projected onto you, you wouldn't have any of those issues, or you wouldn't have those ways of thinking. And I just wanted to add this little point of any limitation or limiting belief that society tries to put on you is not your beliefs or limitations. That is society's limitations and beliefs. And so you honestly gotta make the choice to listen or become aware of the fact that the only limitations that you truly have are the limitations that you give yourself. And so, yeah, do what you will with that information. But step 3 is to go within. And this means to step away from all things that are trying to tell you how to be or how you should be. And this is going to be a bit of a time of isolation, not necessarily from everyone, but everyone that is telling you how you should be, or things that are trying to make you be something that you're not. So this will be a time to reinforce your mind, to actually listen to your own thoughts and to get to know yourself. And this doesn't mean that you gotta cut off every single person you know, but to consciously choose to be around the people that will build you up, or people that you want to be like, because I'm sure you've all heard the saying, who you hang around is who you end up being like, something along the lines of that. But for a period of time, however long you need to step away from anything that clouds your mind. And this will most likely be social media. It might be people, it might be shows, it might be movies. You need to take time to fully detox yourself from other people's thoughts and opinions, or just external things that are trying to tell you how to be. One thing that really helped me was to meditate, and I know a lot of people cannot sit with themselves because their minds are just too overstimulated that they just can't just sit there and just be. What meditation helps with, it helps you gain control over your body and your mind, and this control will echo into other areas of your life that you also want control over. It also helps you gain awareness of your own being and who you are, and to just be in the present moment. And not only that, but meditating can also be an opportunity to distinguish your thoughts versus you. Like I said earlier, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You can also observe your thoughts versus the thoughts and opinions that you've absorbed from other people, and transmute them into the thoughts that you actually want to think. Meaning, like, for example, if you were insecure about something, you could transmute it into something positive about yourself that will reverse that thought. I also forgot to mention that when you are meditating and you're in a relaxed state, your mind is more open to suggestion, meaning your mind is more open to reprogramming your thoughts. Ultimately, meditation is to be with yourself, to build that relationship with yourself, and to spend time with yourself, to get to know yourself. Because obviously, if you're going to be unlearning an old way of thinking that was not actually your way of thinking, you're going to need to get to know what your true thoughts are. And I know that everyone says this, but you got to detox from social media, because social media is like an echo chamber that just confirms thoughts and views that you already have. And so if you want to expand your thinking, social media is only going to confirm what you already know. And that is solely because of the algorithm, and that's just what's going to keep you stuck in your way of thinking, because it's just going to keep on confirming what you already think you know. The last thing that I want to talk about is to remain open. Remain open to new truths, all while being grounded in what you actually want for yourself, because you also do not want to be misguided into some next thing. One of the biggest lessons that I had to learn is that the best teachers are the greatest students, and that the only thing that you know is that you know nothing. The journey of evolution is never ending, and there will always be more to learn and to unlearn. There's a lesson in everything and every experience. You just gotta keep your mind open, and especially with triggers, there's a lesson in every single trigger within yourself. And so you just need to remain open and remain receptive to everything that comes to you. And also, do not let anyone or anything try to tell you how your reality should be. The only person who can tell you how your reality should be is you. You choose how you want your life to go. If you have any questions or topics that you want me to talk about, you can leave them in the comments below. I will either reply, or I might just make a video off of that topic. I really hope that this video helped you out, and if it did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, because on this channel we're constantly evolving, and I'm planning to announce a little something in the next month or so you won't want to miss out on that. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope that you have a great day or night. Peace and love, y'all.